I ain't come with no news, but we're just gonna go off of what's currently in the news. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to Ibrahim Torre, Faso, and I don't forgot the name that fast. Albrina Faso. I can't even think, but that's my new favorite African country. That's my new favorite leader. Not only is it my new favorite leader, bro, that the man ran for president of the United States of America in 20. When is this term supposed to be up? I can't even keep up no more. 2028. If the man ran for president of the United States of America in 2028, he got my vote. Swear to God, that's the only way you could get me to come out of retirement and vote. This man, I truly believe in this man. This man is everything what you want a leader to be. Intellectual, smart, and I'm gonna pull my own coattail. He remind me of me. He can articulate himself. He's a great orator. He's militant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to brag, but like if I so I just, it's so crazy because my house is super neat right now. But I got some containers that the containers is just not a good look. I don't like the containers. You feel me? So it's like otherwise I would show like, man, my it could be slight stuff on the floor and I feel like it's out of place. Like right now I got a pair of shoes right there, a pair of shoes right there, and some slides, and I feel like it's filthy. Like, yo, these shoes need to be put up. I say that to say being organized. Like, it's nothing like being a person that runs on a set schedule like a well refined machine or whatever. So Abraham Torre, man, bless your heart, bro. I think you're a macrocosm, because we always talk about microcosms, but you're a macrocosm of what the problem is with black people on a microcosm level. Whenever you're trying to do something great, there's always a nigga that can get off and exploit it to pull you down, pull you. When they killed Malcolm X, they made sure it was the way they killed him. We gonna make sure we pay a nigga. Like, it should have been like at some point you gotta have a standard. You gotta say there's no amount of money you could pay me to kill Malcolm X. Like, I don't care who you was, you gotta say no. That's a no go. That's a no go. That's a no go. Matter of fact, if a person even came with that proposition to you back in the days, you supposed to just went ahead and handle your business with them on site. You shouldn't have never been able to be talked into killing the greatest leader of that time. But that's the problem with the black movement anywhere around the world. They get your own people to take you out. It's a nigga that's willing to take that money and take you out and set your people back by 100 years, 1,000 years. So I want to give a shout out to Abraham Torre, however you pronounce brother name, because the man already done survived 3 assassination attempts. He articulated himself very well. He's the definition. We can learn a lot in American politics from him. This is what it looks like when you take the country's money or you take the community money and you put it to use. You don't just use it for your personal fucking wealth. You know why America got the old bridges and shit? Why we been being promised built back better and infrastructure? Because tune the fuck out. This ain't meant for you. This is meant for people that really care about making not only America a better place, but it starts with making your city, your county, your community a better place. We look at our officials. We got these government budgets, and nobody never want to talk about where the money goes. We need to see a full invoice on how this money's spent. So, for a perfect example, I live in a town that has less than 200,000 people in the metropolitan area, but they got a splice of $220 million. I'm going to go ahead and expose a company. It's a company, because I'm just an investigative nigga like that, curious as fuck. It's a company that don't even got no other clients, that is part of a government contractor for the county that I live at, that's supposed to be cutting grass. They don't even got no clients. You go to their reviews, they just started like a year ago. But yet they got this big ass, $800,000 contract. Well, what are you cutting? You ain't even got no clients. So a lot of these times, bro, we look at these finances as misappropriation of money, misappropriation of finance. And then you wonder why the town been poor for forever. You wonder why you can't get right. You wonder why a place like Georgia, with all of the attention that comes to Georgia, everybody love Atlanta. Atlanta is the most innovative place right now. Atlanta is the New York of the South. But yet, you wonder why the hell is Georgia so fucking poor? Like, why does it look so fucking poor? Why it look so undeveloped? It's because motherfuckers who at the top is mismanaging money. And I'm gonna just give a quick shout out to Florida on one account real quick. Getting out of South Florida. I wanted to get out of South Florida, that rat race. But one thing I didn't appreciate at the time in real time was how our money actually goes to actual things, bro. Like the roads that get repaved and shit every 2, 3 fucking years. They redo the turnpike, they redo 95. Like it ain't no fucking pot. It's certain potholes in the city. I ain't gonna even stunt. But my whole point is this guy Abraham Torre and Fossil. Y'all help me to think of the name. Abraham, whatever Fossil. This guy is putting the money back into his community, bro. He not just exploiting this shit. I hate when a bitch send all this money overseas and then we act like we ain't got no money in America, dog. Like that shit kills me, bro. We robbing our damn own treasury. And then next thing I would recommend to that country is produce your own money, print your own money. Do you know it's a country they gotta go to France to get their money printed? How you let a country in Europe print another country in Africa money? That's crazy as fuck. So like we got to start having accountability. We also got to change our politics to where we get so infatuated with election season, but we need to vote on how our money is spent. You want to talk about an important votes? We need to be voting every month. Every month when Congress is like how they doing right now, they say we're gonna go a recess. We need to be the ones who decide. Well, we don't need a person to represent 20,000 votes because that's one person is easy to corrupt. Think about why they do it like that. They send one person off to Washington to represent a community of 100,000 people. Well, I can't corrupt the 100,000 people. That's too much money. But I can corrupt that one motherfucker that's supposed to represent them 100,000 people. That's how we keep corruption in politics. Instead of y'all be spying on me, go ahead and throw some lights on this shit because I keep seeing this fluctuation in the steady consistency of people watching, but I ain't seeing no lights. So that just let me know like bitches is spying. What is he saying about us? There we go. I like that. Get the hell on. So with that said, voting every month. You damn right. Voting every month. That's what this shit is about. Staying active and noticing. Because guess what? It's just like a personal accountant. Look at these NBA, NFL, or athletes that got robbed by their accountant. Because you was just trusting blindly. No, bitch, I need to know what's popping. I need a weekly report on where my finances is at. You feel me? If you do online banking, you supposed to be always checking your shit. You ain't gonna never know what's going on if you don't be always up on your money. That's the same thing. If you're not always up on what's in the news as far as how our money is being appropriated, knowing that billions of dollars is going to this country. Dog, listen, the fact is, and I brought this up last night, I say it again, $2.9 trillion went missing in 2001. $2.9 trillion went missing. It has never been accounted for, ever. So when we wonder how a Jeffrey Epstein, who never graduated anybody college, never created anything like a Facebook, MySpace, Plenty of Fish, nothing of any significance. He, matter of fact, got paid from a one guy, his last name Black, I can't think of his first name. He said he paid him for tax advice. Guess how much he paid him for tax advice? 150 fucking million. Even the best fucking tax accountant in the world ain't never made that in all his fucking years of accounting. And you pay him, no, that's called extortion. That means you been fucking somebody's daughter and then the man got you on tape and you paid 150 M's because you a billionaire to fucking keep it quiet. That's what this shit is about, dog. And so this the midday news, man. This our midday news. What we talking about? Y'all give me some topics to talk about, man. I ain't gonna go on no full rant. Let me give her some shout. Matter of fact, I ain't giving no shout out because I only got one like. Fuck everybody that said hi. Anyway, bottom line is this is a corrupt system, bro. And I would like to see that this is not even where it's supposed to win. Let's stay with some other subjects. What they were talking about. Oh, prayers up for Deion Sanders, man. You a real dad, dog. Like when I see you, bro, you so inspiring to me, bro, because not only, you know what I'm saying, the coolest thing for me, what I learned years ago when I was about 26 or 28 or whatever, I was riding with my coworker, and he was what I consider a poor man because we made the same amount of money. I used to be pulling my daddy dick for no reason. I used to be feeling like, oh, I'm so raw, my daddy got money. Knowing this nigga money is his money, it ain't my shit. So, but that nigga was selling me a dream for so fucking long that I thought that I was in line for some shit, right? So, point is, this man used to call his son every lunch break. This man was in his 40s. I was 28. This man was in his 40s. His son was like early 20s. And I was so envious of that shit. This man literally, we could be in the hot, mind you, I used to do insulation, so we install like insulation for thermal insulation and shit, soundproofing and all that, right? Very fucking strenuous, hot ass job. We could be dead ass tired in any location. This man to scratch out lunch break before he even get a sandwich. He called his son and they just chop it up. What's up, boy? What's up? You would think he was talking to his homeboy. And I said, what the fuck? Bitch, I could count on times when my daddy called me. It'd be a birthday, and my mama probably got to call that nigga, remind him. And so I say all that to say, bro, it made me value real fathers. And so Dion is the a unicorn. He's not only a rich father, but he's a father that's involved with his kids. He make them feel like that's my favorite son because he realized that's his son that's went the least furthest in the profession, that the family profession, which is football. But I'm gonna build his confidence to know, hey, you go ahead and start that little channel of recording and filming and production, and I'll put the money behind it. And like that's what a daddy do, man. You find your child's strength, and then you be their positive reinforcement. You learn about that in psychology. You know, positive reinforcement to a child, letting them know what you encourage them on. And so, dog, my heart goes out to him. It make you say, damn, how a person like him. Like, I remember when I took ethics, right, in college. I took humanities and they got ethics, and they was talking about Joe DiMaggio needed a transfer, like a kidney transfer. He had a drinking problem and shit, right? And so they posed the question. I got kicked out of this damn class for that. Matter of fact, permanently, I had to get another professor for this question. Because I got in an argument with a kid that hadn't been paying attention the whole time, but all of a sudden he got an answer that wanted rebuttal mine, which was, the question was, if Joe DiMaggio being a rich, popular guy who he was, famous, do he deserve to be on the kidney transplant list over a kid that ain't never drunk and that was poor? I said, hell no, that kid need a chance at life. You never know what that kid could become. Even if he never fucking become nothing, he didn't personally do that to himself. So then this kid next to me want to challenge me and just to be a contrarian. And then we were having a legit debate, but then my professor said the most fucking unprofessional shit. It was like, this is not the ghetto. We're not supposed to be. And then I proceeded to cuss that cracker from Rudy to the Tootie. And the class was laughing at him like, okay, bro, nobody said nothing about the ghetto, but since you want to make disparaging remarks against me, let me go ahead and shame you. And I ended up passing that class with an A+, by the way. That was in college. But the point is, so it brings back ethics into this shit. People that spend their whole life fucking up get to live for so fucking long. And then you got a person like Dion just been a great exemplary example of what a dad supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? From Fort Myers, Lee County. Only other person I know famous from Fort Myers is Plies. So it's like this guy he did it big for his people, and he going through so much struggle. So it's just like a lesson in life to make you humble and just appreciative for everything you go through and experience in life. You feel me? And then I also say that what else in the news I seen? They was talking about as far as the Cedric, I seen this on the Breakfast Club. Cedric the Entertainer putting piss on his face. I really don't got nothing to say about that. If he is telling the truth, I'm not surprised. These celebrities at this point, like, what do you want me to say? Only thing I can say is about an old superstitious black thing that I remember from a kid was my auntie used to say, put a nickel on a hernia, like a quarter. If you got like a hernia on your stomach, you know the kid's born with a hernia, you put a quarter on it and then it fall off or some shit like that. I remember that saying. Other than that, I don't remember nothing beyond that. And I wanted this shit to be glad I didn't say hi. It ain't about not saying hi, boo. It's about folks that be spying on me just to fucking, like, you gotta understand, right? I'm in a situation where I'm very opinionated, and then I'm outspoken to where I've said disparaging remarks and rightfully deserved disparaging remarks about where I live at. Let's say, for instance, right? Because I got the right. At first, I was playing like I'm a guest, but I bought my house, so I'm not a guest. If I was renting, then I'm a guest because I can always up and leave. But when I bought, that's ownership. I bought into something that motherfuckers that was born here ain't do. So I got the right to speak on this shit. And when I speak on it, it feel like I've been targeted financially. Now, I've put myself in a position where I don't need their local economy to fucking pay my bills. But at the same time, this shit is draining me. And I don't like, I'm a frugal person. Like, I'm always, like I said, you got to be aware on politics. I'm always aware about where money is and what's going in and coming out. And I feel discouraged because, for example, right? It's like I was driving today and I looked at all these counties that's lay outside of the county I live at. And all of them come to my county to make money, which means that the money that's made in my county is going out of the county. It's being made inside of the county, but motherfucker ain't paying property taxes because they don't live here. They live in another county. So it really destroy. It's almost like living on the Mexican California borderline, living in Mexico, come to America, making money, then go spend it in Mexico. That shit don't help the American dollar. It don't help. So I say that to say this. It's so corrupt in so many ways that I feel that I don't caught these people ire, and so it's like they don't put a word out against me to where, hey, don't hire him, don't hire him, and that ain't gonna stop my hustle. That ain't gonna stop my grind. I'm gonna be able to pay my bills and shit. But it just was discouraging because it's like, yo, I feel like I'm being blackballed for speaking up on some shit that been a problem. You feel me? And like a bitch like try their best to exploit people from Broad County, South Florida. Like they try to get you to move from Florida to I ain't talking about the rest of Georgia, so y'all stay out your feelings. I'm talking about only where I live at in Georgia. Fucking, it's like they get you to move to this shit and don't tell you that we just here to exploit you and try to milk you for all your goddamn cash and split it up amongst each other. It's like a fucked up feeling, you feel me? And so, but with that said, it's a beautiful view. I got deers eating in the backyard right now. I made my property look very nice, and I'm gonna continue fixing it up. It just saddens me because it's like the plans I got for my property, people think I've done so much good with it. They don't even have a clue what I plan on doing. Like, I give you a little bit of insight in my game room. I'm gonna build a tennis court in the back. That's definitely gonna be a tennis court for my daughter in the back. I've always been infatuated with the idea, whether she pursue tennis or not full time. I've always been infatuated with the Richard Williams story of how he was living in Compton, California, the most ghettoest fucking place, and he had this fancy ass idea for his kids that took them all around the world and changed their family, not just their immediate family, but generations. I'm pretty sure Venus and Serena done broke bread and gave sisters all kinds of opportunities. So it's like their family rich off of a dad investment into his kid. You did having the land size to have a tennis court and then to do that, but it takes money, and I stopped putting money into my fucking property because I was like, how dare me put money? It's like giving a woman money and she go spend it on another nigga. You feel me? Like the disrespect. How dare I put money into a place that refused to give me opportunity? Bitch, you crazy as fuck. And I got too much pride to sell this bitch because it's my first crib, so my pride won't let me sell it. But it's just, I'd rather sit on this bitch. I ain't gonna rent it out either. I sit on this bitch. If anything, I board this motherfucker and let it overgrow in vegetation like every other owner who do the town, who don't live in the city, who just let their shit become blight. But yeah. So it's just a matter of that. So it ain't no, I apologize if you felt like you couldn't say hi. But I got a lot of folks. It ain't even just that. It's ultimate. It's other things. It's UGM, Universal Music Group, UMG or whatever. It's a whole bunch of conglomerates of different kind of people. It's them. It's government officials that say, I don't like the way he spoke. And mind you, I'm not a Candace Owens. I'm not a Tucker Carlson. I don't have that fan base to where you can just blackball me and people will come to my defense. I got 4,800 followers. So it's pretty significant for average people, but that shit is peanuts. So they say, you know what? We don't want this nigga to get any traction. Let's come to see what he got to say. And this is just a bunch of spying. That's it. It's all light right now. It's two people in this bitch. It's still one light. And I'm pretty sure the two people that's watching right now are not even the original motherfucker that liked it. That probably been on gone. So that, like I said, that's the frustrating part as I learn to navigate this internet and learn that people don't think like I think. Like when you are a real person, like for instance, right? I'm a type of guy. If I watch a video that's informative and I give you more than 2 minutes of my time, you get a like. I just feel inappropriate. I feel it's inappropriate that I would even watch it that long. And you don't have to ask me for no like. You just get it because it's a formality that I actually like the shit. It's not no, it deserves a like. It's a, damn, you got all this attention from me. Shit, I actually liked it. Who else engages in something that they don't like? Except, that's the key word, a fuck nigga. I'm not used to how fuck niggas operate because I don't operate on that kind of understanding, that frequency. So when people do things that are trying to be irrational, I'm not understanding, hey, they're an irrational person. You can't rationalize with an irrational person. So it's like, that's the discouraging thing, you know? So, but you look very, let me look at this charade though. I don't want to bullshit. I want to really, let me see, channel activity. Hey, maybe every 6 months. What else she done wrote? 1 year she been on. Okay, Damn, she look kind of good, bitch. Actually, anyway, yeah. So that's enough. Let's talk about that. Let's move on to the next subject. You kind of inspired me. I want y'all to give me some subjects to talk about. I was talking to my mama about this shit earlier. My mama, my best friend. I was talking about the cool part about women is you don't know. Let's talk about this T out too. They got. They didn't talk about that. But we're gonna before I lead in, I'm gonna make a segue. A lot of times men don't get to see who women sleep with, and women don't get to see who men sleep with. So that helps you with that person, because if you've seen some of the folks niggas done slept with and some of the folks women done slept with, it'll fucking hurt your stomach. You'll be like, ew, bitch, like. And I'm a sadistic nigga. I don't even run from it. I don't hide from it. Like I feel myself. Like my first pride. I don't know what's my better pride. Having a clean body, clean house. And it's like it's something about it that it's almost like a fresh haircut. It's like you just feel like, damn, but this is how it's supposed to be. Feel like a king. You feel me? I say that to say, if a female, my mom had me circumcised at a young age, right? So I've had a circumcised penis my whole life. I watch porn, and I see these niggas pull out these fucking turtle-looking fucking dicks. We call them turtlenecks. We call them vert Chevys. All that. And these, yeah, just for the vert Chevy niggas to leave, nigga. Hey, bless your heart. When I'm not judging you, I'm judging the bitch that fucked you. I'm not judging you. So fucking that whole left then. Yeah, ho, don't put no vert Chevys in your mouth. Coming trying to hustle up under me, bitch. I'm so. And listen, that's the second part I wanted to say was it's a difference between. I've made it no secret that I'm lonely. Like, bitch, I'm in a foreign place. Um, I don't have an appetite for the local women, and neither do they have it for me. I'm not gonna make it look like I'm just so fly and bitches and I ain't fucking with the hoe. No, a lot of them ain't fucking with me. And a couple on that show interest. You show interest because you don't see how a nigga living. Now all of a sudden you on my dick, hoe, please. That's really a turn off. So, but my thing more so is I'm a sadiddy guy. I got standards for myself. I ain't coming behind no pullback niggas. I ain't coming behind no crackers. I ain't coming behind no old niggas. These are the three standards that I'm setting. Just like you women like to always play like you not coming behind no punk when half of y'all hoes fucking behind a punk. You don't know it, but yeah, the dick you sucked on been in another nigga booty before. Should we be the illicit podcast? Should we really get the fucking tea? And when they were talking about the tea, then I said I'm gonna leave segue into that shit. You hoes, you know the funny part about the shit? I was looking at a problem with birds, right? I'm gonna make this about the tea, but I want to make a point about birds because I like giving parables like the Bible. The Bible give parables for motherfuckers to understand shit. So they got a tree. I recently discovered I got this tree. It's called the Bradford pear tree, right? So birds eat the shit in the wintertime. The problem with the birds eating it is the birds just do all the pollinating. They be dropping seeds and shit as they eating, right? So the birds dropping these seeds everywhere spread in this tree, and this tree is very invasive. This tree takes over the trees that produces the food that the birds really like to eat. So in essence, what I'm saying is the birds is creating their own problem the more they indulge into this tree. Now let's make this segue to the women. Women try to look for the toughest nigga they can find. Like, you know, I like wearing pink. I like fusions. I love pastel like a motherfucker. So a woman is, oh, this nigga is too feminine. He might be gay. So they look for the toughest, hardest, biggest, burliest nigga they can find. Not knowing that gay is not defined in what a nigga preference and colors and personality is or size of a nigga. So I say that to say while they're running away from gay, they're running right into it. And so I find it funny because, like, first of all, I don't have no problem with that. I've let the world know previously that I had a gay roommate. I love that nigga. Bless his heart. I wish that nigga nothing but the greatest success in life. You feel me? One of the coolest niggas I ever met. And I had I don't want to go down that road, but I will say I fucked the rawest bitches of my life when that nigga was my roommate. Not because he brought bitches around me, but he inspired me. Because the hoes that he brought around me, I was disgusted by them hoes, and they was disgusted by me. And I'm gonna tell you why I was disgusted by them. They was disgusted by me because they was looking at me like, I thought at first when the nigga moved in, I said, oh, bitch, I'm finna fuck all this nigga homegirls. Then that nigga brought the first pair of ratchet hoes to my crib. And mind you, I've always kept my crib neat, laid like a fuck. So these hoes is looking at me almost with a, they looking, I could tell these hoes done asked the nigga, did y'all fuck before? He had to scrape them hoes like, nah. I say all that to say, I'm looking at these hoes like, y'all lay on this nigga bed, this quote unquote faggot, this quote unquote punk. You laid out comfortable on this nigga bed. Now, ain't no sex not happen on that bed, cause I told them they ain't no, you're not allowed company. That's with anybody, female, nigga, whoever my roommate was gonna be. But my point that I'm making is, these hoes will lay up under a gay nigga like he they brother, or even like he they nigga. And then they'll talk about that nigga like a motherfucking dog. Oh God. Oh God. Like they up under this nigga to fucking learn. This is quote unquote, we going back into this shit, the tea. They want to know the tea. And it's the craziest thing because these niggas is so fucking weak. Because you such a bitch, nigga. I wanted to talk about what's the name, but we just going all over with this shit. You such a bitch, nigga, that you want to pander to this woman, right? You want to be accepted as a girl. You're not a girl. This hoe ain't gonna never look at you as a girl. In fact, I'm of the belief that most women is attracted to gay niggas physically. They feel they pussy so fire they could convert this nigga or whatever the case may be. But the reality of it is, these hoes is messy and these niggas is messy. And it's two messy motherfuckers corresponding with each other. So what you have is these bitches say, I'm gonna try to find the total opposite of this nigga. If this nigga is this way, let me find it. And then what they end up finding is this nigga's boyfriend. Some shit like that. That's what they end up finding. This nigga, they find the nigga's boyfriend. That's what the fuck they find. And so I say all that to say, now let's get back to the point of just the regular shit. Bitches sex past be so fucking all over the board, and then they'll come to you like they the shit. Pussy hole. I wanted to say something else too that I thought of earlier today. I'm gonna see. I can't even think of the ain't not. Damn, not a, I had a raw saying. It was so countrified too that it was like almost like near another, but it wasn't near another. It was ain't not nothing. Oh yeah, bitch, your pussy ain't not nothing. Like meaning that, bitch, you feeling the value of how you currently look in the mirror, and you could be this bitch that go out and get 100 niggas attention. But guess what, dog? You a fly nigga, a real fly nigga who take pride in himself and what he think of himself. Oh, you like that shit is not impressive to me. Like you want to impress me, be a Candace Owens. That's the only woman that I could think of in recent memory. We're gonna go on a praising Candace Owens spree real quick for about 2 minutes. I gotta give her flowers. Candace Owens is the first black woman I could think of since probably high school, middle school. Jill Scott, Lauryn Hill days. You know, that neo soul music. Those black women that just made you India Irie type shit. Candace Owens is a black woman I can look at and not feel no sexual kind of way. She's a very beautiful woman, but when I see her talk, I'm so fucking impressed. Like I imagine her white husband. I hope he do it. I'm surprised he just don't look at her like this and just glow. Like she's the type of woman you can look at just like this. You so fucking impressed, baby. Let me, my talkative ass, shut the fuck up and just listen to you. You so brilliant. I love the way you speak. That type of shit. Like, when the last time you met a woman that blew your mind and you was like, man, dog, god damn, she's so intelligent, bro, and so quick with it. Like, mine is just sharp, just like this. It's ready to go. It's ready to go. Like a person like that, bro, you gotta give all the glory to. You did. So I'm just letting y'all know, man. If any of these women, pardon me, trying to act like y'all cool with a nigga because you might have heard locally or this and that, I'm not interested, bitch. Like, I'm at the point, like I said, I'm alone but not desperate. I'm not desperate for shit, bitch. I can watch me a porn, jack off, and thank God for all He has blessed me with, and that's what I could do. But as far as me throw myself out there and be willing to accept another man trash, nah, cuz I don't want no other man trash. They said another one man junk, another man treasure. Bitch, please, your junk is my junk. If she jumped to you, she jumped to me, nigga. That part. Ain't no motherfucking your junk is my treasure, nigga. Are you kidding me? Hell nah, nigga. I'm not interested. So that's how I'm rocking, bitch. Like I'm not taking no use and abuse, bitch. That part. So, what's the next topic, bitch? Let me see. You fuck niggas done came in, but ain't nobody gave me no topics to talk about. Just a nosy bitches. And what's up with this YouTube shit be sending me, folks? Let me see what this shit say. No, you talking about I said looking like. Look at this shit. Let me see who the fuck this is. I had somebody come in here try to get my attention. Hold on, let me see what they talking about. Channel activity. Join no subscribers. Let me get a view of this nigga. Come on, you two, don't throw me out. I just want to try to get a view of this nigga so I can roast him. Nigga got a book bag on. We don't even rap with niggas with book bags on. Matter of fact, I'm not rapping with nobody, period. You win. You win. You feel me? You win. You feel me? But I'm gonna repeat the comment somebody said real quick. Somebody said that I got a big head. You think? I'm very intelligent. I'm brilliant. I get it from my daddy. You feel? Got a big something else too, but we just leave it at that. And that got a big head on it too. So you could call it mini me. Blaze once said hi. Matter of fact, we getting our shout out. No, we ain't getting no shout out. We just gonna keep it pushing. So, what other subject? Let me look up something real. So, hey, it's a slow news cycle on this. So, hey, it's a slow news cycle on this Monday, but let's talk about France. France, y'all need to mind y'all fucking business, dog. Emmanuel Macron, you got problems the world, bro. First president that is known on record to have a smaller penis than your wife. Hey, cuz, you got a smaller penis than your wife. Your wife got a huge dick print, bro. You need to be worried about why your wife dick print so fuck big, my boy. That's what you need to be worried about, Mr. France. Like, you up and your wife got a dick print. And you out here ducking and denying that shit. Your wife has. Imagine you go somewhere. Now I done seen some fat coochie bitches in my life, especially the wore-out hoes, like Eddie Griffith say, them hoes that got extra meat hanging out their panties look like bologna sandwiches and shit when the bologna hang. Like them wore-out pussies. Them 6 kids or better pussies. But I done seen fat coochie. But that ain't no fat coochie. That's not no fat clit. That is a whole Mr. Man off Scary Movie penis that your wife has. But yet you got the time to be in Senegal, Abu Fasa. I gotta learn the fucking name of that country. You got the time to be trying to be Mr. Imperialist, and then you just criticize the US EU deal. Like, you only mad that Trump ain't shut Candace Owens down talking about your husband. And up because listen, I feel sorry for you because you're an exploited minor. You're an exploited minor. You're a man who met a feminine man. Now listen, some jits. Listen, I don't believe in that saying that people not born gay. That's a fucking lie. I knew a nigga when I was in 2nd grade. He was in kindergarten, and that nigga used to sit at lunchtime with his ass poked all the way out the fucking chair. He was only in kindergarten. That nigga became a punk later in life. Like, it wasn't no situation as a problem. That nigga was born gay. I believe Emmanuel Macron, Bridget Macron, was born gay. He knew he wanted to be a bitch before the technology existed. The technology came out, and like I said, we're not here to say that those people, that trannies and other people don't serve a purpose in the fucking world. Because hoes, women these days in 2025, it's hard to distinguish the difference between a real woman, and I ain't talking about just in the technology. I'm talking about some more shit in the news cycle. So let's see when this shit start. All right, so check it. Clearly they finna depart, and to me, bro, I don't even know where we at in the world. It's like sometimes, like I be like, "What are you doing, dog? Just start a sports podcast and talk sports all day." That's the most neutral thing you can talk about without causing ire to the perverts that's running this fucking country, bro. I want to talk about this though real quick. All of a sudden, they want Rupert Murdoch deposed, which I'm definitely for speedy trials, bitch. We finna get something going. I got a misdemeanor going right now. We gonna speedy trial this bitch the death, bitch. Fuck this. We not waiting on shit, bitch. Let's go to trial, bitch. I got everything that's exonerate me on this misdemeanor already prepared, bitch. We don't gotta prolong shit. So I'm with that quick deposition shit. But what was the Rupert Murdoch deposition when Fox News is spreading all these fucking crazy ass lies? When it worked in your favor, bro, you didn't want to depose none of that shit. Now all of a sudden the man put that you on the list. Now let's get him deposed. And then all of a sudden this Maxwell chick, come on, you doing it in our face. You saying you bribing the woman. Hey, we're gonna let you out of prison. Just say I ain't had shit to do with this shit. So let's check it out then. Let's do it like this then. Now that's what we're gonna do, right? To the president that I voted for. I didn't vote for no Joe Biden. I voted for Trump. Bitch, I wrote it on the back of my truck. Matter of fact, I made a video that's somewhere on this YouTube. A bitch can go fact check me after I voted, celebrating that I voted for Trump. That's the point. Just go ahead and tell the bitch then, say, hey, man, listen, just don't mention my name, but prosecute everybody else, bro. All right? Do that. Double cross everybody else on the list. Act like you ain't had shit to do with it. I'm cool with that. If we gotta let one guilty motherfucker walk free, and I ain't talking about her. If we gotta let one guilty motherfucker walk free to prosecute 1,000 bitches, then let's do it. But motherfucking, I'm not with the notion of like the playing in our face type shit. You feel me? All of a sudden you want to sue Rupert Murdoch, who is Jewish by the way, who got to run all kind of propaganda for fucking 1,000 years. I've been aware of his name. Like, what's next? You gonna fucking pull Lucian Grange in the room? Can we get him to depose him on some shit? Bitch, all the exploitation he done did, bitch, let me not even bring him up. But, you know, this shit is crazy, bro. Like, you know, I just think, I ain't gonna lie, America need a reset. We need a reset. We need, like, when I say a reset, COVID-19 was a reset. COVID-19 was a financial reset. And you can believe what you want to believe. I ain't never get no vaccinations for what? Bitch, that shit was fake as a bitch. Bitch, that was a reset. That's what that was about. And so we need another reset. We need to reset no YouTube, no Facebook, no Instagram, no Google, no Alphabet Inc. Let's restart all this shit. Free market. Whoever remember the technology to create, you remember it. And we can't have no monopolies, because what happens is it's more easy to suppress a Negro like myself and other great people around the world. I remember when Joe Rogan did his podcast with Trump. See, that's the funny style, how this shit so funny style. Joe Rogan did a podcast with Trump, and YouTube was leaning heavy left. So they suppressed the fucking interview with Trump. And that shit was said to be ready to bypass Cat Williams, Shannon Sharp interview. But YouTube went to shadow banning the shit. I'm talking about Joe Button. Joe Rogan being a man of, I'm going to call him a man of valor, even though I'm misappropriating the word. I'm going to say the man of valor that he is, he was just downplaying it. He was like, I don't want to call it a shadow ban, but something weird was going on. That's him basically saying politically correct. I got shadow banned. So, you know what I'm saying? And I look at this shit, it's so funny to me because it's like, I'm a little guy, dog. At least let my channel get the 100,000 before you shadow ban me, dog. You feel me? You don't have to like put me in these various countries and shit that don't have an idea of what I'm saying. You could. I'm of the man, and I used to be of the mindset to say, put me in the impoverished neighborhood. No, put me with some intellectuals that understand me. I was totally wrong about me. I read it the wrong way. I believe my core audience is intellectuals because I'm an intellectual man. I don't speak no hyperbole. I don't speak no psychobabble. I don't speak just fucking unfactual points that's just self-serving. I speak truthful. And I know when I was in college, I held court on many occasions. And to kids with wealthy backgrounds, trust fund babies, because I was able to articulate my points to a way that they never heard nobody speak. And I think to me, when you're an orator, your job is to translate what's going on, but your job is to siphon it. Like you're like a translator for things that even an intellectual person or a person that mindset is somewhere else, you're able to break it down in a kid's form, a one-on-one for them. And that's what I believe that I have the ability to do. So I would like YouTube to market me to those avenues of people with degrees in education. You know, hey, Shantley Lace, what's good with you? May I ask, what's that picture in your background? Is that what? Let me see. Let me go look real quick. What writing is that? What language is that, babe? And give me something. Tell me what you want me to speak on, and if I know about it, because this is what makes this entertaining for me. Because I'm about to end this, but I think I like audience participation. My thing is, they send so many bots in, and they got these texts that they already plan on saying, like high and more highs and just crazy things. These preordained texts that they already got to say. I like for people to just run the chat for me. I'm writing about God. You're writing about God. May I ask, what God do you believe in? If you don't mind me, I know that can be personal for some people sometimes. It said it's writing about God. And like, what God do you believe in? And when did you become a believer? No, I'm talking about the writing you asked about on my back. No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, it's a writing about God. I believe in Jesus Christ. Okay, what's your favorite scripture in the Bible? Start believing in 2020. That's beautiful and that's honest. I don't know if you're young or just happen to just like come to Christ late, but what's your favorite scripture in the Bible? If you don't mind me asking. Truly believing. 35. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. What's your favorite scripture? Our favorite book, not just scripture, but what's your favorite book? My favorite book, I'm gonna tell you before you tell me yours. My favorite book is the Book of Ruth. It's the greatest story of loyalty that any man can hope that they can meet a person, or even a woman can hope they meet a person that loyal, that will love them through death and love their parents and cling to their parents just to have a piece of them. But yeah, what's your favorite scripture? And then my favorite scripture would be 2 Samuel 22, after David defeated Saul. I love Ruth. I know you say you love Ruth, but what's your favorite book? Cause I know it gotta be. It can't be. No, what's your favorite book though? Like that's my favorite book. What's yours? And scripture. Mine is Proverbs 31, baby. You better believe it. A virtuous woman. Most deaf, most deaf. And yeah, I think that's listen. That always was one of my favorite passages. My, I guess the greatest part of that passage would be her husband wait at the gates for her. Revelation. Oof, oof, oof. Make me sink a little bit. Revelation is the hardest book for me to read. It's 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 super tough. It's listen, that's so tough because it's scary. It's like damn, like I ain't gonna even stunt. It's the most scariest book out the Bible by far. But I never heard nobody say that. That's how I know you're genuine. That's how I know you're unique. Yeah, it's very tough. You know, a lot of people, a lot of Christians, they find reading the Old Testament is tough because the Old Testament was no frills. It was if you lie, cut the tongue, you still cut the hand. It was really no forgiveness. And then Christ came, washed away our sins, and then we're more forgiving now. But the Old Testament is a lot tough for people. It's my favorite because she be falling into place, and I love watching that before my eyes. You talk what? You talking about Ruth? Are you talking about Ruth? Like when you say she be falling into place? Oh no, you talking about Proverbs 31? My bad. Proverbs like how her kid. What is like your favorite part of her? How her kids adore her? How her husband waits for her at the gate? How the community speaks? Oh, in Revelations. You know what you gonna make me do tonight? That's what I'm gonna do. You gave me something to do tonight. Like I've lately been on Ephesians and Corinthians, and it's so crazy because like I like to let it soak into my head, my subconscious. So like oftentimes when I sleep, I marinate on it. Then I wake up through the night and I'm playing it. Like it's literally like I don't know if you ever had like a day off and you know you gotta work the next day. Try just listening to it all night to where it almost that makes me happy to hear I'm making you want to go read it. Man, it's powerful. Yo, because like it's been listen. I'm not gonna shy away from that. It's been a long time since I read Revelations. Once I see hear about them monsters coming out the ocean, I don't want to quote it because it's like it's by far the book of the Bible that I'm least inclined to know to speak of fluently because it's the most scariest. So I read it the least. But you inspired me that I've never heard nobody say Revelation was their favorite. I probably never heard nobody say Genesis was their favorite. And you know what's so crazy? Because Exodus was my previous favorite. You get what I'm saying? As they're like, it's a story like as they're going through the wilderness, and it's like you're finding God. You know what I'm saying? You're finding Him, and it's so crazy because when I used to read about, I believe the molasses they was eating, it used to sound so desirable. Like two things I wanted to eat out the Bible was sheep and the little molasses or whatever they found in the wilderness. It just sound like it was tasty. But that was always used to be one of my favorite books. And I used to love Exodus. And I hope I don't lose you here, but my favorite part back then, you know, because Moses was like the first Jesus, if we're looking at it in the context, the person that spoke directly to God and that led his people out of all this iniquity and whatnot. So when I look at it and he was yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he was saying, let my people go. To me, it's a beautiful story. But you really made me want to get up on that Revelations because I've only read, to be honest with you, and I'm being honest, I've read the Bible 3 times, and I tell people that like 3, 4 times, one time full Bible study. But each time I ran through Revelations because it was just so scary that now I think I'm old enough, years have passed, that I can actually take it in without being so intimidated because I think the beautiful thing, I think to me what defines a Christian, I obviously say to be Christian is to be Christ-like. That's the whole definition of Christian, Christ-like. However, I believe that the first thing is fear of God. You have to fear. You gotta love him. Like for instance, like right, when I say my prayer is different than anybody else prayer. Like if I was to, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to have a fear. If you have no fear of your God, you can love him all day. But if you have no fear, then it's nothing to keep you in check. Because I always tell people when nothing else watching, you God watching. So that's the thing that will keep you in check. And if you have no fear of that, if you believe it's all hyperbole or folk tale, then you could be out here acting like, I love God and God, then doing all the dirt behind the scenes because you have no fear. You have no fear. Like, you got to have, even when you doing the right things, you know, we talk folk tell me coming up in the hood that, you know, when it's thundering and lightning, that's all God related. When it's thunder and lightning and I know I'm always cognizant that God is watching. And I feel like we're not in full accordance. I'll be rushing to get in the crib. I'll be like, oh God. But I always ask that he find me in his favor. That's my biggest thing. That he find me in his favor. It's a fact. Christ like. Love that. Yeah, that's what it said. It also used to say, seek knowledge early and yearn for him late. That means when it's late at night, you yearning for your Christ. You yearning for him. Like, I need you. Like, I'm gonna tell you something, right? I have never really spoke on this in, like, period, in public or any of public setting. What gives me peace, and I can share this. Just think about it yesterday. When I'm really, but it's only do this when I'm really down and out. When I'm really down and out, I like to lay down, and I like to imagine God is literally holding me, like in a physical, like He's literally aligned with my body and just holding me tight, like how my mama used to hold me when I was a baby. You feel me? So, like, I like to feel that way. I like to feel that He's doing that for me. And I also, in saying that, it often leads the question that I ponder with God, not in public like I'm doing now, but I often ponder if He could be a woman. Like, we say man, but His love is so, only person in that I can correlate it to in the physical is a woman, because my mom, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you should try it. Like, you lay down and you ask God to hold you. And like, often I hold a pillow tight, but it's like I'm being held tight, and I can feel His arms around me. And when I feel that, it put me at a peace, because sometimes I have trouble sleeping. You feel me? Like, that's one thing about it. You don't need man to hunt you. Your mind can hunt you. You got to ask God for that release. And so, but like I say, that unwavering love that I've seen exhibited in on earth has always mostly been from a woman. So sometimes I'm of the belief that, like, even when we say Mother Nature, that God is could possibly be a woman. As they ask, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, I know I came from a woman, so it's very a high possibility. I do say my father when I pray, just off the way I was raised, but I'm acknowledging that I would never let my dad hold me the way I imagine God holding me. And I know my mama is the only one has helped me like that and cradled me like that. So when I asked to be cradled by my father, you know what I'm saying? Our minds are so powerful. Definitely, definitely. Like, and that's what matter of fact, put me at such peace. I don't want to end this right here, but I feel like people question that for sure. I see it more as spirit than, that's beautiful. A spirit which is doesn't have a sex. That's definitely right. But you know what? It's just like how players go out on top after they win the championship, they retire. I think this is the summit, and I hate this because this is beautiful. This is what church is. This is literally how college started with Socrates. Socrates had the oldest college in the world, real quick, a philosopher. 800 years it lasted, where they sit around and they challenge each other's mind through philosophy, asking questions, and that's how they smart in each other, sharpen each other's minds. But I believe this is the summit of just the whole reason why I stayed in talking until you came in to bless me with what you just blessed me with. And before you make me cry, I'm finna get off and go read Revelations. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Take care. That part. If you in the chat, have a beautiful evening. I'll catch you on another one. I'm going to subscribe now. I know you're a believer, man. Thank you. Love.